1961, John F. Kennedy passed affirmative action. Affirmative action increased success for women and minorities in education and business.
That's right, Dan. And since it was made back in 1961, we feel that doesn't really apply to today's society. So that's why me and Gary, we're going to be interviewing people up on Lake Avenue to see if they share the same views we do. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Bob Smith.
How's it going, Bob?
Coach Smith.
Our view on affirmative action is that we feel like that it's outdated, that we feel like people are getting the same opportunities without it, and they're just getting more of an opportunity with it. What's your view?
Well, affirmative action could probably be improved. I think it's a program that started out with good intentions and needs to be tweaked. It needs to be improved. It should be something that grows from generation to generation. Women, depending on the workforce, depending on what kind of job they're going for, they may be at a disadvantage. In some cases, they may be at an advantage. How many nurses are women? How many nurses are men? How many firemen are men? How many firemen are women? So it depends on the playing field, the type of job that they're going for. Do they need, in the business world, I think where it's brain power, the women should be on an equal plane. Now, they're not because of cultural differences. Corporations traditionally have been owned by men, run by men. Women are new to that workforce. Doesn't mean they can't do just as good of a job. Okay?
Do you feel just because that, say that someone's going for the same job, and should you agree that it's even the best man for the job, whether it be white man or it's a different race or a different gender? Why do you think
absolutely.
It shouldn't be just a gender or a race, even if they're less qualified, they should get the job? Because that's what really affirmative action sometimes is. Those people get those jobs, even though they're less qualified.
That's a tough one. If they're less qualified and they're trying to break into an area that, let's say, minorities were not in, okay, then I can see them getting a 5 or a 10%. If they're taking an exam, they get an extra 5 points. Like, for instance, the police exam. If you're a veteran, you get a few more points automatically just because you served your country.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. That's great. They did a service to this country. Why shouldn't they have a little bit of a break? If they're a minority and they're trying to bring their culture to a certain level so that they're equal to the rest of the cultures that have been here for a couple of 100 years, I don't have a problem with that either. But once on the job, they have to perform, I would say, equally across the board after given a certain amount of time. If they don't come up to that standard, that's a different story. Then it's a job evaluation, an employee evaluation. Okay? But to give that person the opportunity, I have no problem with that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Smith.
You bet.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, so what are our views on affirmative action? We think that it was fine when it was made in the 60s, but now it really doesn't apply because women and minorities are getting equal opportunities now. So, what are your views on it?
On affirmative action, well, I think that the women and the minorities are getting a lot more opportunities than you guys are. I think you guys are the minority right now, and they definitely have to do something about that. Because what are you young white kids going to do when you apply for the civil service test? You know that you don't have a chance because the black person or the woman, they're going to get the job before you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not fair.
It's
not fair. You know, years ago, whatever, there was things were a little unbalanced, whatever. But now things are okay, and I think they should change something right now. Yeah. Definitely change it right now. Pete from St. James Pasta, the best raviolis ever, right there, folks. Thank you. All right.
All right, we're here to continue our interviews on affirmative action. Our views being that it's unequal. Ma'am, what do you think?
Well, I think affirmative action had its place back in like the 60s and the 70s, and when minorities were treated unfairly. But I think these days, as far as education goes and jobs go, I think that they're pretty much equal these days, and that there's opportunities for everybody in all different ways, and that I don't really think that it's necessary anymore. And I don't know.
Hi, how's it going? One of our topics today is affirmative action. We feel like it should be getting rid of or just changed in some kind of way, because we feel like minorities and women are getting already different types of opportunities without it, and they're getting more of a chance with it still. And so we feel like just get rid of it because everything seems to be equal.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of systemic issues that need to be sorted out at lower levels, at elementary levels, and high school levels, things like that. I think it has a lot to do with culture and the way you're raised too. And I believe that to provide somebody with a position based on their race, gender, creed, whatever it may be, minority status, I think it doesn't provide the right person the right opportunity. You know, if you're qualified for the position, then you should get the position. You know, I think that you're only
best man for the job now.
Yeah, I think you're allowing racism and discrimination to perpetuate by, you know, segregating people, even if it's for a positive purpose. So,
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
well, away with it, right?
Thank you very much.
Good luck, all right?